Hey guys, welcome to a recap of Big Brother Season 25, Episode 10. And I really thought that Hisam was gonna come back. I thought Hisam was gonna gather, recover, and come back from this. Because remember, Valisha, she backdoored Hisam to now being on the chopping block for eviction, and supposedly Cameron is just a pawn. Now, where we last left off, Hisam says that, he doesn't go out without a fight, and I appreciate and respect that about him because I feel like you should go all the way up to the end. Don't just give it up to these girls, don't give it up to these boys, do not give it up to these house guests, okay? So I want Heisman to put up the best fight as possible so he could come through. Unfortunately, he was unable to be successful in avoiding eviction. Ultimately, he was evicted, but I respect and commend his effort because he really did recover himself a lot, and I felt like a lot of people felt he was genuine after. Now, finding out that he has been backdoored, the look on his face was such a look of disappointment, such a look of being upset, being mad, being angry. He was so angry. And of course, our people, Izzy for sure, was feeling a little bit some type of way because she was comforting Hisam and she apologized to Hisam for, having to do this job because it was her job to make him feel comfortable. But the reason she had to do this, and she explained to him, is that, he made her feel that she was not being heard, that her voice didn't matter, that she didn't have necessarily a say in how the votes should go or what moves to make. And that's not just only with her. Other house guests feel the same way too. And we have the crew, Siri and Valisha, have a talk with Hisam and pretty much share their honest opinion. They did not want to feel like leftovers. They confront and let Hisam know that they know the conversation that he had with America, okay? He didn't think that conversation was gonna haunt him, but it did haunt him and ultimately led to his demise in this house because no one on the professors want to feel as though they are leftovers, as though that Hisam feels stuck with them. So I actually commend the professors, particularly the bye 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 bitches, because they're the ones to really stand up and confront Hisam about that. So Hisam, he seemed to recognize that, and he is big on being loyal in this game and playing this game respectfully. So he did his best to really talk to the ladies and share with them that if they were to keep him safe, that he would be so loyal, so trustworthy, that he will be the best team player on their on their alliance. And I honestly believed it from Hisam because he seemed super genuine. He was being raw, and you can tell he actually honestly recognized where he went wrong, and he was becoming into something he didn't want to be. The reason why he went so hard against the handfuls is because he felt counted out, and for him to do that to Siri, to do that to Izzy, to do that to Valisha, come on. So I feel like he truly recognized that, and I felt that was redeeming of him. And also I like Heisen because he kept it interesting in the house. At least he was getting the party started, getting some action, some drama going. He's forcing people to, make some moves because we do get to see Siri kind of orchestrate this whole ordeal, having Valisha take Hisam out, Izzy to be her right hand man, and I feel like this is all under Siri, and no one is noticing that because Siri is such a good leader in a sense, very strategic of a player, and I think that's something to keep an eye out on. Now, well, this obviously didn't work for Hisam, but I felt like it gave a good it gave a good effort. I felt like at one point I thought, wow, Cameron's gonna be so shocked that he's gonna be out of the house if it was successful. And I was thinking of the ramifications of Cameron being eliminated and that being Red. Red would be really upset that his dog, his country brother was eliminated by people that he's supposed to be in an alliance in. So that would have been super interesting to see to happen after. And I feel like maybe that was part of the play. I don't know. No, well, actually, no. The ladies don't know that Cameron and I don't know if they know if they're close, but they were really thinking about possibly saving Hisam because they believed it. I believe Hisam too as well. But everyone else, for example, Jack, America, Blue, Matt, our cutie patootie Matt was ready to see him go. Was ready to see him go. So it was a great effort by Hisam. It was a magnificent speech at till the very end, I felt like, to the point where I think Cameron kind of looked to the side of him and was like wondering, wait a minute, what is going on? Is there another deal that is happening? I would have thought that would have been so epic. And I think it is legendary of Hisam, him as the player, to see, all the moves he has made. So wow, 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 wow. I commend him. I feel like he played it better than Riley. Even though a lot of people supported Riley, I feel like Riley gave up too soon. She let her house guests just, vote her out. I feel like she could have gave it more of a try, the full experience at least. So I respect that of Hisam. He gave that to us a show. So I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like, ooh, but I know for sure, and what's fact is that after Hyson was eliminated and he got to talk to Miss Julie Chen, every time someone gets eliminated and they have to talk to Julie Chen, we are waiting for Julie Chen to reveal the secret of the house that hasn't been unveiled. And that is Hisam being unsure on whether or not what's the secret relationship that's going on in the house. Of course, he guessed, oh, the obvious, oh, Blue and Jared. But, Julie Chen reveals to him that no, it's Siri and Jared. They are related. They are mother and son playing this game together. And so he is so shocked and surprised. But you could see everything click a little bit after, like, oh, they look alike. I've been saying this from the jump. I don't know how they've been able to keep this under wraps. Luckily for them, Easy has been keeping their secret so far, from what we have seen so far. But it all made sense to him once it's been brought to his attention. But he did mention that in the house, they kept a good cover. He did notice that they were close. They had some sort of relationship, but he didn't understand it to be a family relationship. They thought, they just get along. So he felt like, they really kept it under wraps, which is good for Siri and Jared. But, I don't know how long this will last, particularly to see how these alliances are going to break down. I think, Siri has to keep Izzy too close to the very end because Izzy holds the secret. And I feel like once the secret is out, I feel like that would be the end to either Jared or Siri. And I know that's going to be upsetting to at least Blue. But oh my gosh, let's get into these goodbye messages. Okay, first of all, Hisam did not want to see the goodbye messages because he created havoc in the house, in the Big Brother house. And I stand by Hisam's performance. He created the controversy. He created the blowout. So I did not mind that he was viewed as the villain. But it was interesting to see the goodbye messages that was left for him. Blue was ready for him to go. She was happy he was out the house. But Hisam, he just, smiled and let it fall off the shoulder. So it was nothing for him. So I hope he had a great time. I wish he actually was able to stay longer. I feel like, I don't know, Cameron, what's gonna be for you next week? I feel like everyone keeps using Cameron as a pawn and it's an easy thing to do, an easy excuse to have as head of HOH. So why disrupt anything that's been working? So I'm concerned for Cameron because at some point, you don't want to be you viewed as the pawn. You want to be a player, not a pawn. So I'm just wondering who's going to be the next head of HOH. And let us not hold back. We get to see our house guests participate in a Big Brother classic head of household game. And it's the one where you gotta stand, honey. I don't know if I could do this one. They haven't done this one in a long time, but you have to stand and hold the button and they did a twist. They turn off all the lights, so it's like they got to do this in the dark. So, who's gonna be the next head of HOH? I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you think? Who do you think? It could be anybody. I mean, who can stand the longest? Maybe it could be Bowie. Who knows? But I wonder if it's going to be part of the Professor's Alliance or the Handful Alliance. I would like to see the Handful win ahead of HOH so we can see, like, okay, what's the movement going to be? Let's get things going. Okay, so I'm happy to see how this game is going to move forward and if we're going to get any new development of new alliances because we have seen new alliances form. We have seen Blue and Jared. We have seen Red and Cameron. Matt seemed to want to work with Siri and Valisha, you know. I think Matt is understanding that he needs to have some sort of alliance on the other side aside from him from the handfuls because I'm so curious right now who's running the handfuls and I think it's Jag. Um but you know, Jag, he doesn't view Cameron quite highly. I don't think it's felt yet or known yet. But I think when it comes to Jag, he has to figure out who he's gonna line himself to be close to because right now Blue is connected to Jared. Jag initially had Riley, maybe I think so, before her little crush was developing. The crush showmance thing was going on with our cute patootie Matt. But Jag, I feel like Jag may be our vulnerable house guest because I don't think he has a core alliance, like his core, like the one person that okay we can say that me and you at the end. So let's keep an eye out for that, guys. I want to know who you guys gonna think is gonna take head of HOH. Okay, who do you think got it? I would be gagged if it's Bowie because I saw her do her stretches before it started, and I don't know. I think she may have this one in the bag, so we'll see. Because you know, Bowie has been viewed as just floating around. So maybe the next episode we see some action. So I need to see some action. So hopefully there's some action. So guys, let me know down in the comments below who you gonna think is gonna take this competition, and do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, share as much kindness as possible. I appreciate every one of you for taking the time to watch my recaps. I have more on my page, so feel free to check out. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.